So Mark, thanks for joining me at the sort of closeout happy hour of the two-day health conference here at Cannes.
Yes, for me, being at Cannes, it's really about getting a chance to see what people are doing, see the biggest opportunities in communications, see what interesting ideas, thoughts, technology we can bring back and kind of put into our day jobs.
Yeah. And I know you and I have had lots of conversations about how we can start to bring consumer behavior, into the clinical trial space. So content marketing, something that has been a foreign concept to us, priming that pump. We can't stop not acknowledging some of the root cause issues that are hindering us, right, in clinical trial recruitment. And Langland's always been known as, not just experts and creative, but in content as well. As we work to be technology experts of distributing that content, I'll be interested to see sort of where that takes off and how we can start to drive people's awareness of clinical research. Talk to me a little bit about bringing consumer marketing into clinical trials.
My background's from consumer marketing. I've been at Langland now about 6 years, but if the things you've done, you see where they're missing.
Yeah.
And I think certainly within the clinical trial space and with the healthcare advertising as a whole, it's kind of there's specialties and then there's things that aren't special. And I think it's really trying to see where those differences are. And certainly from a clinical trial point of view, I think we really lack sophistication in a lot of our communication. So often we do really direct response advertising. It's kind of, I like to say, if Apple did an ad and it said, "Are you 18 to 35? Do you want a phone?" It probably wouldn't be doing that well, but that's often with the kind of level of sophistication we approach advertising in clinical trials. But we're selling a much more emotional, much more complex service than Apple are selling a mobile phone. And I think we really need to think about that whole journey and think about how we do that. And it's really not just about a direct converting banner ad with a direct line. It's about thinking about all the steps that we need to take that potential patient on, that potential journey. And I think, we're working with PulsePoint about how you can start to intersect that customer journey and think about how we can get our content in front of people at the right time.
But in clinical trials, I know we've talked about one of the key themes is silos, and the silos that are leading to a lack of collaboration. That really, I think the area that we could innovate the most would be not just in collaboration, but in bringing simplicity back to the clinical trial process. And we, I think through starting these types of conversations, can start to look at that process. And I know that's something that you've been doing at Langland as well as we have at PulsePoint. So talk to me a little bit about that.
The more we can spend together trying to fix some of these problems, the more we can take that industry forward a little bit more. And it's certainly something collaboration is something I feel kind of personally kind of passionate about, and it's actually why in the healthcare advertising space, I run a website called Advertising Health, where I kind of invite other agencies and other people to kind of share their point of view and kind of collaborate. And I've recently launched trialhealth.org, which is kind of aimed at doing the same kind of thing I know we spoke about. And it's really if anyone wants to participate, share content, interviewed, that's kind of really what I'm looking to do, is encourage collaboration and less competition.
The only way we're going to get to those bigger problems, how do we give consumers their data and still use that data to help us support their healthcare journey? Until we can do that, we're not going to be able to solve these bigger and bigger problems that we see in health.
For sure. And for me, it's I think we spend far too often thinking we know the answer, or spending a little bit of time trying to come up with what we think the answer is. For me, the opportunity with technology and data and the platforms that PulsePoint kind of allow us to use starts to allow us to see actually what the issues are, actually what things we can do, and actually what works. Because every person, every country, every study, every time period is different. And it's really about the opportunity to see what works, optimize around that, and it's really about, for me, it's exposing the insights that we can work on for a specific situation, rather than going, well, we learned this from the last campaign, let's apply that to all the other ones.
Right. Yeah, I think that's so true. It's about us getting proactive about how we're attacking the problem instead of the reactive way that we manage sort of one trial at a time. Well, thank you so much for joining me again, and I look forward to spending many Cannes with you in the future.
Thank you.
Cheers.